You walk past it every single day. You might be walking past it right now, and you don't even know it's there. It doesn't make noise, it doesn't flash a light, it doesn't send you a warning, but something in your home right now might be quietly building toward one of the most dangerous moments of your life: a house fire. And here's the thing most people never realize: fires almost never just happen. They whisper first. Small, silent signals, easy to miss, easy to dismiss. The kind of thing you'd notice and think, that's a little weird, and then keep walking. Today, I want to show you what those signals look like, all of them in order. But more than that, I want to show you why they happen, because once you understand the why, you'll never look at your home the same way again. Stay with me, because the last one on this list is the one that surprises everyone, and it's the one most people have already seen without ever realizing what they were looking at. Let's start with something most people have experienced but never questioned. You're walking down a hallway, late in the evening maybe. The house is quiet. You reach out and brush your hand along the wall, just casually, the way you do, and it feels warm. Not hot, not alarming, just slightly warmer than it should be. Most of us shrug it off. Old house, summer heat, furnace running, whatever. But here's what's actually happening inside that wall. There's a network of wires running through it. Those wires carry electrical current. And when a wire is old or damaged or improperly installed, that current starts doing something it was never designed to do. It starts generating heat. Not at the breaker, not at the outlet, inside the wall, where you can't see it, where nothing is supposed to be getting warm at all. This is called resistive heating, and it is one of the leading causes of house fires in the United States. A study published by the National Fire Protection Association found that electrical failures and malfunctions account for roughly 13% of all home structure fires, making it the second leading cause of residential fires in the country. 13%. That might sound like a small number until you realize that's tens of thousands of fires every single year, silently beginning inside walls that families walked past every day. Walls that felt, to the touch, just slightly warmer than usual. Now here's something I want you to hold on to. A warm wall is already a late signal. What's harder to catch, what comes even earlier, is something you can't see or feel at all. Something your body picks up before your eyes ever get the chance. I'll come back to that. Here's one that'll sound familiar. You're sitting in your living room, reading maybe, or just watching something, and you smell it, briefly. A faint, acrid trace, almost like burning plastic or something electrical. You look up, you glance around the room. Nothing looks wrong, nothing smoking, everything looks completely fine. And then the smell is gone. So you assume you imagined it, or that something outside drifted in, or that the heating kicked on and burned off a little dust. You didn't imagine it. That smell, that brief disappearing smell, is one of the most consistent warning signs that fire investigators document after residential fires. Homeowners reported in post-incident interviews weeks, sometimes months before the fire started. They smelled something. It went away, they moved on. Here's what that smell actually is. Electrical insulation, the plastic coating around your wires, begins to degrade when it overheats. As it breaks down, it releases chemical compounds into the air. Your nose detects them before your eyes can see anything. Your brain registers something's wrong, and then the wire cools down. The smell disappears, and your brain says, never mind. But the wire didn't heal. The insulation didn't repair itself. It just stopped burning for now. And the next time current runs through that wire, the process starts again, from a slightly weaker baseline. The insulation breaks down a little more. The cycle repeats, and quietly, invisibly, the risk compounds. This is why investigators use the same phrase over and over when they sit down with the families of fire survivors. They said they'd smelled something before. The smell was the warning, they just didn't know what it was warning them about. Now, you do. Let's talk about something even more visible, something people see almost every week and have learned to completely ignore. Flickering lights. Your overhead light dims for half a second and comes back. Your lamp pulses once and steadies. You blink. Everything looks normal. Old house wiring, you tell yourself, or the bulb is going out, or it's just one of those things. And sometimes that's exactly what it is. But sometimes the flicker is a symptom of something more serious, something happening inside the wiring that the light is only reflecting back to you. When electrical connections are loose or deteriorating, the current flowing through them becomes unstable. It fluctuates, it surges and dips in ways it shouldn't. Your lights are simply responding to those fluctuations. They're the most visible sign of instability running through your entire electrical system. And that instability isn't just in the fixture, it's in the wire itself, running through your walls, near wood framing, near insulation, near decades of accumulated material that would catch very easily if given a reason to. Unstable connections create something called electrical arc faults, unintended sparks that jump across gaps in deteriorating wiring. Most arc faults are tiny. Most die in an instant, but not all of them. A research team studying residential electrical fires found that arc faults are present in the early stages of the overwhelming majority of cases, not occasionally, the majority. It's so recognized as a hazard that a specific type of circuit breaker, called an AFCI breaker, was developed specifically to detect that erratic electrical signature and cut power before it becomes a fire. Many older homes still don't have them. But here's the point I really want you to hold. The flicker, the smell, the warm wall, these aren't three separate, unrelated problems. They're often the same underlying problem talking to you in three different languages. The same deteriorating wire expressing itself in every way it can, hoping that one of them finally gets through. Okay, this is the one I mentioned at the beginning. The one that surprises people, not because it's dramatic, but because it isn't. Because it looks like absolutely nothing. It's a discolored outlet. Not a sparking one, not a cracked or broken one, just a standard wall outlet or a light switch plate with a slight yellowing around the edges, maybe a brownish tint. Easy to miss, easy to assume it's just age or old paint, but that discoloration is a burn mark. It happened when heat and, in some cases, a small, localized spark escaped from inside the outlet box. It's called arcing, and it's left a permanent mark on the plastic faceplate that most people never register as significant. Electricians and fire inspectors know to look for it immediately. It's one of the first visual checks on any safety walkthrough, because it tells them, at a glance, that a connection inside that box has been making unstable contact, and that the wall behind it has been experiencing exactly the kind of heat and electrical instability that precedes a fire. It is, in the most literal sense, a warning label left by the fire itself, written directly on your wall, in plain sight, and most people walk past it every single day. I don't say that to make you feel bad. I say it because I walked past one too before I understood what I was actually looking at. Here's something worth sitting with. Why do we miss these signs? Why does the brain, which is genuinely sophisticated, which is wired for survival, let us walk past a burn mark on an outlet without registering it as a threat? There's a name for this. Psychologists call it normalcy bias. It's the brain's tendency to interpret ambiguous information as non-threatening, especially in familiar environments. When you're in your own home, your baseline threat level is low. Home means known. Home means safe. So when something slightly unusual appears, a faint smell, a brief flicker, a warm patch on a wall, the brain runs a fast assessment, finds nothing visually alarming, and quietly files it away as probably nothing. A study published in the journal Risk Analysis found that people consistently underestimate the likelihood of negative events in environments they consider personally familiar. Our homes, our cars, our daily routines. The more familiar the context, the more the brain unconsciously discounts warning signals that arise within it. Which means the place where you feel the most safe is precisely the place where you are most likely to miss a warning. That's not a character flaw. That's cognition doing exactly what it evolved to do. But knowing it exists gives you something real, the ability to consciously choose to look differently. I want to slow down here for a second, because none of this is really about wires or outlets or arc faults. It's about something much simpler than that. We build our lives inside our homes. We fill them with the people we love most, with the things we've worked years to have, with the small daily rituals that make ordinary life feel like something worth protecting. A home isn't just a building, it's the container for everything that matters. And most of us walk through it every day on autopilot, trusting it the way we trust our own heartbeat, without thinking, without looking. The fire didn't care about that trust. It was never going to announce itself. It was counting on the autopilot. But now you have something you didn't have 20 minutes ago. You know what the warning looks like. You know what the warning smells like. You know why your brain was designed to miss it. And you know that you can choose not to. So here's what to actually do with all of this. Walk your home. Not a glance, a real walk. Slow, room by room. Run your hand along the walls near outlet clusters. If anything feels warmer than the surrounding air, note it. Look closely at every outlet cover and switch plate. If you see any yellowing, any brownish discoloration at the edges, don't assume it's age. Have it looked at by a licensed electrician. The next time you catch a faint burning smell, even if it disappears in seconds, don't dismiss it. Note when it happened and where you were standing. If it happens a second time, call someone. And if lights flicker on the same circuit in the same room more than once, have that wiring evaluated. None of this takes more than an hour. A single hour spent differently than every other hour you've ever spent in your home. A fire investigator once said something I've never been able to forget. He said, "Almost every fire we investigate had a moment, sometimes weeks before, where the house was trying to tell someone." The house was trying to tell someone. That landed differently than I expected, because it reframes everything. Your home isn't passive, it isn't silent. It's communicating in warm walls and brief smells and lights that pulse once and go still. And small brown marks on plastic you've walked past 100 times without stopping. You just have to know the language. And now, quietly, without any fanfare, you do. Go home tonight and actually look at the place where your life happens. It might be trying to tell you something.